versus Pelca. Here we go.
Now, I was told about this Falco before. It always just gets told in passing of stories, but I've never seen it in action. So,
Falco's so cool in this game, dude. Mostly because his laser has very little end lag, and his jab comes out extremely quick. I believe it's like frame 2 or 3. So you can kind of check people down, force them back on the ground, then force like 50-50s after that. And Snake using his Dacus, a very interesting tech. So basically, you dash attack, then cancel it into up smash, and you can slide along the ground depending on the initial movement frames of your dash attack and your dash. So Snake happens to have a perfect storm, just kind of slide around the stage like that.
Yeah, I know when a lot of newer players are getting into Brawl, and they sort of highlight Dacus with Snake. It has very comical animations to it too, and a fairly decent window of performance. This is one of the tools that I miss the most out of watching Snake, the Claymore Mine from his down smash. Another tool just to control the stage. And I feel like with how flighty Falco is, at least with how he wants to move, it's just going to be another drop in the bucket for how well MVD can control the space, because this is a no-flying zone right now.
Yeah, especially as they're both dead even, as the C4 is right underneath MVD's feet. I believe it'll last about 2 minutes, 30 seconds in this game, so you have to be aware of that, but the forward tilt is going to be enough to take it. Oh, but that was sour spot, I believe, back air, so that won't be enough to really take out a stock yet. But look at this little minefield set up right above MVD. He has this Claymore right there, he had a C4 before that. But Pelca using his own deck to sneak that up smash in there and take the stock out.
Now, it comes as no surprise that someone as talented with Snake would have a good idea for countermeasures to Snake, but I feel like this is what Falco managed to carve his name in the history books for. Excellent chain grab, plenty of early damage that went pretty much uncontested. Yeah,
what I like about that is he used the walk and dash chain grab to push him close enough to the ledge to get that spike be off stage. And also, MVD SDI the spike so far in that he didn't get sent off stage. So great play and counter play for both of them. I love that so much. Zach is like, whee!
Like, not only is it so goofy, it's also so good for the sake of controlling space. Like, you see the mortar coming down, and yeah, it doesn't have that great of a trajectory. It's just straight up, straight down with a tiny bit of an arc forward. But when you're able to just slide right on, that's such an open, active space you could be potentially covering. On top of whatever else Snake has on the field.
Yeah, because you know he's always going to have something else, like that Claymore right there. Going to use Nikita. It's not as good in this game as it is in Smash Ultimate. I'll just say that. That move was kind of bad, but MVD was always one of the few people to actually use it. And Pelca, that was such a Mensa recovery.
Mensa's on many levels right now, but not enough for MVD.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you're a Mensa? Oh, me too. Welcome to the club.
One thing I want to highlight with at least the Falco play right now is that Pelca's been doing a really good job of passively zoning. So, he's just chilling. He's chilling as far back as he possibly can, as far back as MVD's allowing him to. And he's just opting for the double lasers and then popping in on MVD when he sees, a little error. I think it's a really good response. He's been keeping up in the percentage war. He's been keeping up as far as forcing MVD to use a lot of his resources just to move around the stage.
Yeah, and something else that oh, wait, let me finish this edge guard first, because Pelca might be turned up on something. And MVD just has to recover high over and over, but Pelca missed the ledge.
A little bit of a mishap, but it's not deterring Pelca from this pressure. Still moving in. I like how we saw he struck on shield, and it was just time to dip.
Yep.
That level of respect is not seen in, I feel, any other Smash game. Even the more obscure ones.
Yeah, he's trying to piece the heck out of here. Oh, that shield is a skill, but so is Pelca's opportunity. And oh man, that Claymore actually, mortar actually might have saved him. So brave to side B back on the stage. Over a C4 also.
Grenade backfiring, but still got plenty of time. Right in there with the Cypher from up high.
And he gets the kill.
Yep.
Up air. Great DI by MVD. He DI'd that so hard to the right. I thought he was going to almost die to the right rather than off the top. But
almost had it.
Yeah. Almost. But something else that's really important that we didn't get to highlight is port priority. It actually matters in this game, and it matters in this matchup, because say if someone's getting grabbed and a grenade explodes on them, then whoever has the higher port number is the one who won't take knockback.
I was told about this before. I was told this is super relevant for doubles, but at least in the 1v1 situation, especially considering how active these guys are boxing right in each other's faces when the projectiles do stop, it could be a big factor when it comes down to those last minute situations.
Yeah, so that's why in a lot of doubles, poor priority tends to go like player 1 is on, or player 1-4, and then player 2-3.
And as game 2 takes us to Lilac, I'm noticing that the stage is a bit tighter in, and it's already known for being a fairly claustrophobic stage. But like, considering how much space Snake is able to cover on the regular, now you've got so much little space to run away from.
Yeah, but Pelca's still making advantage of that. Sneaking that back air right underneath, and now how will MVD get down? Great air dodge, almost finds a kill by swinging with an up tilt.
Talking about swinging the non-stop wall of back airs here from Pelca. He doesn't want to do it in any case.
Yeah, I mean, back air is one of Falco's best moves. It's just such a long-lasting hitbox. And the early frames are strong enough to kill, especially off stage, and Falco has such a high jump arc that he's normally able to get a little something there. But, ooh, that DI from that. Actually, he might have been dead anyway. He was pretty high.
Yeah, these are high percentages.
Yeah.
And while Rage might not be a thing we have to worry about here, it's still close to the blast zone because they're right at the edge dancing on death.
Yeah, but back air, more than enough to do it. And now 0-0, even stop. Even percent, about as close as it gets, but now the game plan is kind of switching up from MVD. He's pulling a lot more grenades out just to kind of, I don't know, maybe put the pins to Pelca, force him to pay a little taxes before he gets his hits in.
And I like the idea too because grenade is fairly low committal, at least compared to the rest of the zoning tools that Snake has. And this is fantastic chain coming out from MVD now that it's closed in. But one thing I want to bring with the grenade, it's probably the best option that Snake has for lateral control. Like, that grenade is just chucked right over there. You don't have to put as much effort in. It's much faster than Nikita could possibly hope to be. And it doesn't affect your positioning nearly as much as going for Dacus.
Yeah. I mean, it's such a powerful option. Even now, you see MVD opting to pull some out there. And Pelca tried to break the man's shield right there. Okay.
I mean, it's might as well.
Yeah.
Oh, but not stepping to the ledge.
Something's never changed, man. Lilac. MVD loves it. Beautiful and perfect.
It's coming in clutch for him.
Yeah. I guess if you respect Lilac, will respect you.
It's the old flame love coming in.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, now Pelca, he's forcing a lot right now and getting hit by grenades. And MVD knows it. He's like, I'm just going to stand here and you're going to walk into my explosives.
Yeah, go for like an extreme layer of close quarters combat. I like the idea that Pelca's going for, but I feel like MVD as a player is just so well prepared for someone breathing down his throat. Like, whether it's control with projectiles or just being able to outbox someone, it's sort of things that have become signature of him as a player.
And they're both kind of laughing at that trip because that was probably the most unfortunate trip. Pelca had that grab. He had that on lock. But now he might lose his stock because he won't get a chance to reset if he landed on that Claymore, which he doesn't. Great side B. Pelca's playing such a dangerous game.
He really is. Like, he knows that he's close to the Claymore, manages to break it, but like, he made no attempt of like letting any of that pressure he built up go. Even though he's from behind, like he's still trying to battle, and another trip immediately into Death's grasp.
Oh no! And that's one of the ones that you just can't help but laugh at. Oh man, you laugh. Brawl's a beautiful game, honestly. Yeah, let's get a replay of that. That was top 10 most unfortunate trips I've ever seen.
Like coming in hot, boom, lands right on it. I love it with Falco's trip animation. He's got his wings out, his jaw agape. Like,
yeah.
You know he done good. He looks like a cartoon character.
Yeah. Oh, what's this? Whoa. Gosh, what's this on the ground? Whoa. Oh, no. All right. Oh, I love Brawl.
Hopefully things are less slippery here on Battlefield for Pelca as we change the scenery once again to Game 3.
Yeah, and so far, I mean, a lot of Snakes like the stage, but Falco is one of the few characters who can really contest and not have a disjoint in terms of Battlefield and Snake matchup. Just because his jump height, he gets up there so quick. He has hops. So even from a short hop, he can just kind of be up there pressuring your shield before you even can react.
I feel like the different levels of play for Battlefield are going to help Pelca a lot because where Lilac, regardless of its curve, is still fairly like linear. Like here, Pelca can take a lot of approaches whether or not he wants to approach Snake and go in for fighting, or if he just wants to try and eliminate some of the things that are on the field.
You are so bold.
Who does that?
Who does? Why do you do it? I don't know. Because you're smart. Like, that was such a risky side B, but man, did it pay off. That's one of the plays that really breaks your opponent's momentum too. It's like, as as a player, I'd be like, wow, he actually just did that and it worked. What am I doing?
Like, you can't spook someone like that. If he's willing to do that, and that's not the first time he's done something risky and it's paid off in this set. Like, it really makes you wonder what you have to go for, what links you have to push in this set alone to take it on top.
Yeah. In the immortal words of FGC legend Chrisu, I know scare, you know scare. That's how you got to play sometimes.
I feel like in this game 3, we're seeing the Dacus much more from MVD, and with good reason. Like, it's covering so much space, once again, because, like, that active space, now all of a sudden, all the platforms are a danger zone.
There's going to be a big chain grab. We're going to see a boost pivot. Nope. Just going to keep it short, simple. Down air, off stage, double dip. No, he just grabs the ledge so he doesn't have that option. And now, that was a lot of damage put on quick. And Pelca has 3 stocks, and whoa!
You know, even Pelca nodded off. It was like, all right, that was cool.
Yeah. All right, that's how you make comebacks. You got to make something sick happen like that. Show your opponent that you still got it. And look at MVD like attempting to SDI these jabs. Looking like Modern Warfare with all those explosions real quick.
Yeah, no, this is an explosive end of this battle, I would say.
Yeah, because MVD is totally on the ropes, even though, in his face.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and assume that might have been a misinput. We've seen some crazy stuff this set, but, like, you don't just bury mortars in someone's face like that.
I think at best it might have been like an attempt at a roll read from Pelca. Or, because Pelca might have rolled there, but that's something that you bet the farm on. You know, but it's still best of 5, Pelca going up 2-1, so MVD gets the advantage of his counter pick for this next one. This is a very important game right here, because this is in losers, by the way. MVD got upset a little bit earlier by 686M, 2-0. So it'll be kind of a long battle if he wants to get top 8.
So with the setting arenas to Stadium, what do you see as Stadium having an impact here? Because now the stage is really long, and I feel like Snake's tools should be able to cover this stage much easier than any of the previous settings.
I feel like overall for this stage in particular, low ceilings and also the platforms, because you place a C4 on the platform, have it cover the space below it as well. And Snake in this game having the Claymore means that you can cover high and low and use grenades, and it sets up for a lot of scary situations, and the up tilt will kill way earlier too. MVD's one of the few Snakes who will still use Nikita. It is not good in this game.
Yeah, no, it takes its sweet time going anywhere, and it doesn't seem to have that big of an impact, even if it does land.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I feel like Pelca's he's weathering the storm of this bullet hell really well. Explosions all over the place, but he's just trying to chill.
Yeah, that little lower spot in the lower left corner between the gray platforms is probably the worst place to be in this matchup, because Snake can just lob grenades in there for free, and you have to jump out, and then you're above Snake. That's a nightmare scenario.
MVD doing a great job of avoiding this laser pressure, just dives right in. That's himself the first kill for game 4. And it seems like MVD is a bit more comfortable with how he wants to play. Like, whether or not it's just because he's getting more damage in, he's got his lead, he just has more space to breathe. Projectiles are flying left and right, and he's literally dancing on Pelca.
Yeah, I think the big thing that kind of happened is that Pelca just opened up so strong in the early part of that last game that I was just like, okay, I need to force my hand here somewhere. But now that he has a little lead, or even the fact that he was oh my god. I was about to say, even the fact that he was keeping even before means that he can play it more at his leisure. Now slowly floating back down again. MVD is just throwing out more grenades again. Not really doing anything fancy with them, but there's no need in the moment.
Yeah, this is a bit more of a lull in the battle than from what we've been seeing. Pelca just trying to lock himself down to center stage. And it seems like that's the game plan regardless of the transformation. Bit of a flub there on the ledge there. Not sure what happened to him.
Yeah, well, Pokemon Stadium 1 has a little lip to it. So it's really easy for a lot of characters to get trapped into that recovery if you don't do it just perfectly. Kind of like how Brawl FD, probably the worst iteration of FD for that very reason, because it has like a little L shape right underneath.
Yeah, like aesthetically it's nice, but the fact that they mapped collision to it is questionable.
Yeah. Hey man, hindsight's 2020. Just like Pelca might be kind of using his hindsight on that Claymore that he landed on a little bit earlier. Taking out that stock, and now you're behind against Snake on his counter pick. This is very likely going to go to a game 5 unless Pelca gets a very early kill and a chain grab right now.
Well, MVD hasn't given him the opportunity to even attempt a chain grab because he's been zoning between the base platform and the other plats, staying super mobile. And I feel like that's because he's very aware of how dangerous a chain grab can turn the tides of this battle. Or even just in general, close quarters combat with Falco.
Yeah, Falco just has a frame data to just kind of box people out.
The little step.
That's what kills me in this game, man. Like just the little hints of spacing each and every time. So now MVD, there's a lot like melee. Fire stage often means let's take 5, you know. And that's what I was talking about earlier. If you just shield the grenade when the second grenade is pulled, it'll just lose all the momentum and drop straight down. It can set up for a lot of cool situations.
Like, a part of it actually reminds me of Snake's up smash, the way that you use it to control that space. It's where it goes in.
Yeah.
Why?
For the flex. For the flex. Snake players, man, they're something else.
Yo, he earned it.
Yeah.
Can't say anything.
And it wasn't even like that because he had another stock too. It's like, you know, Pelca didn't die. I was like, oh well, you're still like 180 and I'm not, so. Yeah. But now we're going to go to a game 5. First game 5 on the stream. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Pelca really bringing it, man. Yeah,
this has been a very entertaining set. Kind of sad that I didn't get a chance to see Pelca's Snake. I would have loved to have seen the Snake ditto. But the Falco is definitely putting in the work.
Yeah, and this would kind of be a disappointing placement for both of them. So I'm sure, you know, they're putting their best foot forward. So Pelca's like, okay, I don't want a Snake ditto. Let's just use my Falco. Because Pelca last year, he got 3rd, and he's the 2nd seed for this tournament. So him being a loser so early is a pretty big upset for him.
Yeah, the fact that this is a match just to determine who's entering top 12 from the loser side is like kind of surprising. Yeah. But nonetheless, we get to cap things off over on Yoshi's Island.
Yeah, Yoshi's Island Brawl. And this stage, I feel like it wasn't as polarizing in this game, but for some reason, I'm not really sure why. It just feels like it works better. Like, I see this stage in this game and I don't get angry. I don't know why.
Well, one immediate thing that I'm realizing compared to like future versions of this stage, it's really weird to reference like that, the curvature of the stage isn't nearly as drastic. Like, if you look at the stage in Ultimate, that thing, it dips. Like, it looks like a tooth. Here, it's like, it's got a little cutesy little curve that, of course, is going to have an impact on the battle, especially with oddities like that. Fantastic comboing coming out from MVD. But, like, it's not nearly as drastic. Also, we got the,
That's my dude. I can't remember his name. It's been a while.
They have a very dumb name. I remember speaking about this with someone.
Some people call him Randall, but like Randall's the cloud. Like, there's only one Randall.
You can never take away Randall.
Yeah.
I think it's like Larkwich or something like that.
Oh, right. It's something really stupid.
Yeah.
It's something really stupid.
A lot of Yoshi's, like Yoshi's Story, Yoshi's Island, what have you, like those characters have very silly names. But taking things back to the match at hand, MVD Shield looking a little worse for wear, but he is chilling with a lead. I say before he gets quick karate chops from Pelca.
He air dodged through that. Like, the 1 or 2 active frames. That was nuts. A wild air dodge. Frame trapping him. Forcing him to air dodge the up air into the back air. And what a grenade. He threw that from space, man.
Yeah, that was MVD. And that's the kind of things that you have to appreciate about a player like MVD. Like, take note that the grenade timings in Ultimate are different than the ones here in Brawl. So, like, also the arcs might be ever so slightly different. But to still have that sense of precision with one of your tools, despite, like, the aging of this game, just goes to show, like, how well seasoned these talents are.
Yeah, something about this game is like riding a bike. I say as the SD.
He definitely just stuck a stick right into the spokes of his bike.
Yeah.
Tumbled to the sidewalk.
It's like riding a bike. And sometimes you fall.
Into the pavement.
Yep.
All right. Forward tilt 1 sending Pelca in a completely opposite direction than MVD planned. But for how long is this going to last?
Yeah, Pelca needs to get something now. Yeah, he was looking for a grab. They both
to the beak.
Yeah.
You know, compared to the previous 4 games of this set, I feel like Pelca's just been fighting at a definitive deficit. Like, before it was like a little bit of a back and forth, or like it would heavily swing one way or the other. Now it's like MVD has control, and this is his game to win.
Yeah, unless a big edge guard happens right here, which is looking like MVD's slowly starting to work his way back in. There we go, we're back in there. It's looking rougher for Pelca by the moment, as he'll likely get hit by the grenade. No, never mind. But the C4 is still there. Pelca's doing a great job playing around it, but MVD, he's just always keeping that at a relevant space, you know?
I also like that MVD is sticking around to like the lower lip of the platform. Like he's keeping a very specific control of where this battle is taking place. I brought that up a little bit earlier in the set, but like here I feel like it's very much more evident because of how drastic that platform tilts in. And it just so happens to be like the height of Snake. So like there's no safe landings for Pelca in this stage.
Yeah, the grenade's actually saving MVD's life. But yeah, you're right. Like, Pelca really has to work to get it back down every time. And look at that. A lot of trades were occurring, but Pelca was always at a deficit. Brawl cheers are the best cheers.
Bodied, man.
Yeah. Brawl cheers are the best cheers, period.
They're so loud.
Because they're hype.
I just find it funny because like the music for the stage decided to just go away.
Yeah. Oh, that grenade potentially saving MVD a lot of trouble. That chain grab might have been able to lead him off stage. Back throw. Okay, this is a situation. Great air dodge from MVD, but Pelca's really starting to work his way back.
You know, I guess if Pelca just doesn't get hit, he doesn't have to worry about being at 145, but one hit's all you need. MVD takes it and clutches his way into top 12.
Yeah, as you said, just don't get hit. Wise words from the prophet Isaiah. Just don't get hit, man.
It's good advice.
Yeah.
You can't fight it.